I have art block-ish. It's more like all my creativity has been stolen by a small troll living under a bridge with the hopes and dreams of artists everywhere. I've been struggling, so I'm hoping that this video is a good idea, because as I'm reading the script right now, if I ditch this idea, it's my last one, and I'm not gonna have an upload. So if you're seeing this, it means that we either beat the art block, or this went horribly wrong and it turned out kind of funny. So now I'm making a video to help me make videos again. Since I've gotten art block many times before, I now know the signs. For me specifically, I might start drawing candles? It's a weird one, but it's a thing. And sign number 2 is I will stop completing projects. Which, well, that's the sign this time. I mean, this is not the first video I have filmed this week. Plus, I haven't completed my last, 4 attempts at actual art. So now that I have this self-diagnosed case of art block, what we're going to do is try to get through it, and I'm going to show you. I have my standard way of trying to get through this, so we're going to go through the 3 methods I use, and the first one is the tried and true scribble page. Scribble page is exactly what it sounds like. I grab the nearest pen I like, and the nearest notebook that I don't care too much about, and I just scribble. Before, this has actually led to some decently cool stuff, but other times it just leads to a void of darkness. So I ended up going with a different marker than what I showed you guys. I showed you guys the unicorn pen. I decided to go with this brush tip marker. The purple was really speaking to me, and I haven't used these markers for much, so I really wanted to. Fun fact, the mouse on the page before is a failed YouTube video, so that's a good luck sign. I started with a bunch of rando lines as usual, and I really liked the feel of just the long, squiggly lines, so it's what I went with. I added some lines that even in the end won't make sense, but it's just what happens, and I think it's kind of formed into mountainish landscape. You see, that center line, it's like a river. I don't know, it's kind of neat. My next tactic in this war is to take request. People love getting free art, and when you offer to draw free art, they will take that offer. Before, I've taken requests off of TikTok, ended up drawing an anime bubble guppy. So this time we went to Discord for request, and luckily there was a request from Zilla just sitting there, and sure, was this request almost a month old? Maybe, but it's still a request, and I'm taking it. I decided I also wanted to do this one on paper, because I don't really have a reason, I just wanted to do it on paper. And the request only said small animal, and Google showed me hedgehogs when I typed that in, so obviously I had to go with hedgehogs. Speaking of requests, my Discord is linked in the description, and I'm always taking them, so go give me ideas to steal, please. Anyway, back to the drawing. Sorry with the self-promo. I did this one pretty quickly. I don't think it's the best drawing ever, obviously. The cards are a bit wonky, the shading isn't great, and overall the shape of everything is just a little off. But he's a cute little buddy, and I don't have a name for him yet, so y'all can have the freedom of naming him if you want. Otherwise, I'm just gonna hit one of the random name generators they use to name babies and just name my art with that. Eventually I get to a point of just finding an interesting pin and going for it. This has led to some neat stuff, but also sometimes I just doom scroll ibis brushes. So for my 3rd bargain with the art block troll, it's time to scroll through random brushes on ibis in hopes that at least one will stand out. For this delightful masterpiece, I started by playing with one of my favorite brushes that I found online. The brush is used to make simple trees, so it's just like a bunch of circles all overlaid with slight opacity difference. And I wanted to use the brush with different colors since I usually only get to use it with green, but I couldn't think of anything super special to do with the brush. So I used it to make trees. Yeah, I used the tree brush to make trees, but they're colorful trees, so it's acceptable, okay? I played around with the blurs and the lighting, and overall, I think it's kind of pretty. It was at least fun to draw. I'm not sure if I've beaten my art block yet. It's not like boom, 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 all my new ideas. But I have a tad bit more motivation, so I'm counting it as a win. Even if the new art is a little it's art. I like drawing it, and I'm glad to have more of it so I can call myself an artist, because I'm pretty sure if you make art comedy 3 times a day and yet you only actually draw once a month, you're maybe not the truest of artists. But you know what? I never even call myself an artist. I'm an advanced scribbler. We've accepted it. I'm not sure what the point of this video was, except for to make myself draw. So this was some pretty selfish content. But if you enjoy this, even though it's just me escaping my art block, make sure to subscribe, comment, and like. I don't even know what I'm pointing at. I don't know where things are anymore on here. Anything you do to interact with this, it always means a lot. Make sure to follow my socials at the links in the description. And I think that's it for this video. So, bye peeps.